It's time for my favorite annual event. Huge Flopper redesigning their Fat Planet OCs. Huge Flopper, if you don't know, great artist, draws some of the biggest people I have seen on DeviantArt outside of Saxon. You can check him out on DeviantArt and Twitter, and he does commissions. Also, Huge Flopper is responsible for our new icon of our avatars, so huge shout out there. Huge Flopper has redesigned their Fat Planet OCs, and I wanted to make this video because I love the Fat Planets. They're so cool. They're all so cute, and I love them. I covered all the planet lore in my last video. Basically, they're all giant people from a planet where everyone is huge called Velux. There's giant people who eat planets and stuff. Starting off with Earth. Got a lot of tomboy vibes going on here, which I love. And freckles. And her hair looks like the sky. And she's got like earthy mud shirt and boots, and then like the blue of the oceans and the green of the trees and the blue of the sky and the white of the clouds. It's just beautiful imagery. 6'5" and 365 pounds. She's just, a slight woman. Earth gets along great with all the other celestials. Even the rougher types like Mars and Jupiter have a soft spot for a high-spirited charm. Earth has an artistic side to her as well, enjoying painting and sculpting, which she shares with Uranus, who she is the closest with of the other celestials. A small and cheerful celestial, like the other celestials, she is native to planet Velux. But due to her quick attachment and appreciation for the celestial's new home, the others decide to nickname her after their new home planet, Earth. Earth is always out trying to explore more parts of her new world. She is one of the few celestials that gets along well with humans as well, mostly due to her being roughly the size of an average human. And as you can see here, all you flat earthers, Earth is clearly round. Mars, the cool boy. Damn, he's looking pretty edgy here. Oh, he's so edgy. What an edgy boy you are. Whoa. 5'10" and 330 pounds. Look, 5'10" isn't that bad. 5'10" isn't that bad, guys. It's tallish. I'm not even 5'10", so this man's a giant. You would never catch Mars admitting it, but he does like the other celestials, even his stuck-up brother Jupiter. However, he has always felt left out due to the fact most of the celestials see him as a troubled child. Earth is of similar age and size, but has always been treated as a regular celestial, and it's caused Mars to double down on his rebellious nature and often tries to keep to himself when possible. Oh, he's so angsty and I'm sorry. I just like making fun of Mars, I'm sorry. Of the three red brothers, Mars, Sun, and Jupiter, Mars is by far the smallest and youngest of the celestials. Despite his small size, Mars packs a lot of attitude and angst and is easily the most troublesome of the celestials. Mars and Jupiter butt heads constantly, as he always has to bail out or pay for whatever Mars has done. Despite being the oldest, Sun isn't the brightest of characters despite being a star. Mars likes to bribe Sun into helping him cause some trouble if it means getting to let loose and take advantage of his massive size. Property damage ensues. Sun is a good man. Why would you rope him into this? His drip is good, and boy, look at how thick this boy is! Look at those hips! Those hips don't lie. I have always been a fan of Mars's unconventional shape. It's beautiful. Like, damn, boy. He thick. Funny red man returns. Look at him, so funny. Don't you mean so cool and badass? I like his gloves though. His gloves are cool. You can't diss a man with these gloves. Neptune! Neptune has always been one of my favorites. I have always liked his design, and my goodness, he looks like some sort of fortune teller, magician performer or something like that. My goodness, this man is fabulous. Look at his eyeshadow and his earrings and this beautiful blue hair. 12 feet tall, 1.5 tons. Neptune is often very easy to get along with, to being the most mellow of the group. Neptune is the younger brother of Uranus and has always been the more social of the two. He of course tries to get Uranus to come out of her soft round shell, but often to little success. Neptune is a bit of a flirt, especially with Sun due to sharing their lax nature and love for the ocean. Most of the larger celestials possess some sort of unique power or trait, In Neptune's case, he has the ability to manipulate the water around him. Neptune is somewhat of a show-off, but also simply enjoys giving performances for the other Celestials from time to time. However, Neptune loves spending most of his time by the water. Back in his hometown on Valix, his city was completely submerged, making him more accustomed to the ocean rather than land like the others. I'd like to see this man swimming, goodness. Ice Boy is now Water Boy! Yes, he and Uranus were both ice previously, but now he is water, I guess, which is cool. Uranus is still so precious. So precious! Now this is a round planet. This is a planet-shaped lady, if ever there was one. 10 tons, 60 feet tall. Uranus has always been quite shy around the other Celestials, and especially humans. However, she has become close with Earth due to their similar appreciation for the arts and the winter. Fellow winter enjoyer. Very cool. While Earth loves all of the seasons, she does enjoy spending time with Uranus during the cold holiday season. Uranus is an odd shape compared to her brother and most other Celestials. She feels like an outcast. That doesn't feel right. She is the one who looks most like a planet. They should be aspiring to look like Uranus. I believe the lore is something like most of the Celestials can't lose or gain weight. They're kind of stuck being whatever size and shape they are. Like her brother, Uranus has elemental abilities, with her being able to manipulate ice and snow. She enjoys using her powers to create ice sculptures she collects. That is so beautiful. She made a penguin! Uranus needs to have a completely separate room from the other Celestials that's kept at extremely low temperatures so her sculptures don't melt. Uranus normally keeps to herself, so most of the other Celestials don't mind her odd hobby. Must protect this cutie at all costs, truly spherical and rotund of hair. Dang, talk about one big orb deal. Man, Uranus got a lot of comments. People like the big snow girl. This is one of my favorite new designs, I'm not gonna lie. Saturn. New Saturn, my lord. New Saturn got some assets, I'm just saying. 20 feet tall, 25 tons. How much must each of these weigh? Her earrings must weigh a lot, I'm saying. Saturn is currently the only Celestial that is officially married, with her and Jupiter living together long before moving to planet Earth. Saturn is often the one keeping Jupiter's hot temper and mighty appetite in check. Despite his looks, Jupiter is not as calm and collected on his own. While Jupiter funds the Celestials with his income, Saturn is the backbone, keeping everyone stable and happy when she can. Her charm is hard to beat. Understandable. She looks incredibly charming. She looks so cute. Jupiter is a lucky man. Saturn acts as a protector and guide for most of the smaller Celestials. Despite not being related to any of them, Saturn has an almost motherly relationship with them due to her calm and gentle demeanor. Saturn can have a bit more of an attitude with the larger Celestials, however, mainly trying to make sure someone like Earth doesn't get accidentally crushed by someone like Sun, who regularly forgets he weighs more than a semi-truck. She's so classy. This design is pretty peak, not gonna lie. Jupiter! I love it when Huge Flopper really goes into some wacky shapes. Huge Flopper goes with some very imaginative shapes, and I like that. Look at this guy. He's carries a whole truck for his lunch. 65 tons, 50 feet. Despite not being a celestial giant, Jupiter shares their ravenous appetite, and it tends to get in the way of his work when you need to eat a literal truckload of food for a lunch break. Jupiter works as a construction manager. His height and strength allows him to be a valuable asset for estate projects, as long as his 65-ton body doesn't get in the way. So he helps. He's like, oh, that crane needs moved? Oh, let me just shift it a little bit. Oh, you need you've got this house that needs picked up and put on the back of a truck? Okay, then. Yeah, that does sound pretty handy. When home, however, he is often having to deal with his siblings Sun and Mars, but spends time with his wife Saturn when he can. Her charm is one of the few things that breaks his stone-cold attitude. Jupiter is massive for a regular celestial. He borders on being classified as a small celestial giant, but it's just barely below the size margin. Jupiter and Sun are an odd case, Jupiter being a massive gas giant and Sun is an extremely small star. Jupiter is the big boss of the Celestials on Earth and pays a large plane hangar the planets live at. It's one of the few buildings that can accommodate their sizes. They live in a plane hangar. I'm sure they've made it super comfy in there, but yes, when you're 50 feet tall, the real estate available to you is, you gotta take what you can get. Sun, my boy, God, He looks a little scary. The friggin' fangs and the wild orange hair and the... This is like the scariest version of Sun. What the heck is he sitting on? Is that the hanger? What the heck is this giant tiki thing on his front? Despite being much older than most of the other Celestials besides Atom and Void, stars have much longer lifespans. As such, Sun acts more like a lazy college student, going to parties, getting drunk, tripping and flattening cars, etc. Sun can be a fun guy to talk to and gets on with most of the Celestials very well, except for his younger brother Jupiter, who has to pay out of pocket whenever Sun and Mars are off getting into trouble. While not a bad guy, Sun can be easy to persuade to cause some havoc while under the influence, which Mars takes advantage of. What kind of beverage he drinking that's strong enough to... How do you get this? What kind of... That's a whole swimming pool of beer this man's gonna have to consume. Good grief. I mean, he's got the gut to prove he drinks a lot of it, I guess. Sun is a very unusual star celestial. Whilst most stars are over 10 times its size and are very territorial with massive appetites, Sun is very small and passive for a star. While he of course enjoys a good snack every now and then, his meals tend to consist of junk food and lots of beer instead of eating entire mountain ranges, or even small planets like the largest of stars do. I mean, look, if it takes junk food and beer to keep this man placated, I think the governments of the world can agree it's a good trade-off. I like the amount of freckles we got going on here. Sun and Earth. Atom! The superhero guy. Forget all the other ones. This man is absolutely enormous. Like, he's a 100 feet tall and 500 tons. This dude is beyond huge. Another design I really like. Love the outfit and everything, and his hair is just cool. His hair is just cool. Boy, he looks like a hero. Atom and Void are the main protectors of Earth. Many celestial giants arrive on Earth looking for a rich meal. The vast cities and minerals make for a tasty meal to them and are unbothered by the devastation their snacking would bring. Celestial giants often dwarf Atom and Void as they are on the small scale. It's kind of terrifying living in the Fat Planets universe because there are giant planet-sized beings out to eat Earth. Kinda scary, but at least we have this massive man to protect us. Atom promised to give the Celestials a better home as back on Earth. Most of them were mistreated or outcast. Atom's courage and nobility makes him a strong leader despite being new to the heroic work. He can still be clumsy sometimes. He isn't used to being as big as the city he protects. Atom is the smallest celestial giant currently known from planet Valux. Despite this, Atom is still a titan compared to most of the other Celestials on Earth. The only exception being Void, who helped them move to Earth with their teleportation. She teleports? Like the Celestials, Celestial Giants sometimes have special abilities. All Celestial Giants are able to breathe and fly through space in order to travel to different worlds to feed on them. They can travel through space as well. Oh god. People scared of aliens. Nah, this is what I'm scared of. These are the kind of aliens I'm scared of. Atom's flight is much more effective than other Celestial Giants, being able to retain flight even when under higher gravity. This makes him a very nimble fighter. Does he have a rocket ship too? This raises a couple of questions to me. Why did the Celestials leave Valux? How long has it been since they left Valux? And where is Valux relative to Earth? Most Celestials were outcast and didn't fit in their respective cities, so they went to Earth to start a better life. They've been on Earth for about 10 years, and Valux is in another galaxy so very far away, lol. Thanks. Damn. They're all social outcasts. Don't worry. We will accept them. If I didn't say it in the last video, I want a whole like comic or show or something. I want Netflix to greenlight the Fat Planet show. Void! This one I also really love. Void's new design is, I don't know what it is about it. The hair is awesome. The suit is great. I don't know. This is one of my favorites of the new designs. It's so good. Yeah, so she's 120 feet tall and 1,000 tons or more or so. Like Atom, Void is the main protector of Earth. While she is willing to help, she needed a bit of convincing to leave her previous life of constant eating to join. Void used to be one of the largest celestial giants. With her ability to teleport and suck in anything in her path like a vacuum, Void can grow to massive sizes, but shrunk majorly due to her new lifestyle protecting Earth and living with the other celestials. She tries to rely on her skill in teleportation when fighting other giants, but in a pinch she can suck up nearby objects to increase in size to change the tide. Void is a celestial giant like Atom. While not quite in her prime like she used to be, she is still the biggest of the celestials on Earth and has an appetite to match. Jupiter rented out an old junkyard for her and Atom to store their meals. Void is basically hardwired to eat everything in sight, so she has difficulty controlling her urges. However, despite the unappealing junk and rubble she collects at the junkyard, Void is simply happy to get something to eat, even if it's rusted and crumbling. Despite her intimidating attitude, Voice is quite low-key when she has a full stomach. She's on the good side, but she's still pretty terrifying. For some of us out there, probably it's going to be like, she stopped eating, she became smaller. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth keeping our planet safe. It's not worth it if the big lady can't be bigger. This made me think, Void used to be one of the largest celestials. How large are the largest anyways? Around city-sized. A small few can get bigger, like an island or a continent. They can become the size of Australia. Australia is sort of like... Australia, when you think about it, is kind of shaped like a huge flopper character. Wow, they get really huge. Could this lead to a new celestial character around those sizes? There will be villains they'll introduce that are a lot larger than the main cast and will eventually include sizes like that. Oh, that's so exciting! I mean, we've known that there are, like, the villain celestials who are trying to eat Earth, but we've never seen them before, I don't think. Oh, no, wait, that sounds awesome. I can't wait to see them. For real. And, here is the scale of them. Yes, Saturn and Sun really ain't that big. They're kind of small fry. And yeah, that is all of the new redesigns of the Celestials. The fat planets, or whatever. I call them the fat planets. I think officially like the Celestials. Love this new range of designs. Void and Atom particularly, I think, look... And Saturn, obviously. But Void and Atom particularly, I really like. I really, really love their new designs. Super excited to see more from the flat planets. Hopefully we will see more Celestials and maybe some villains in the near future. Huge Flopper has a bunch of other, like... universes and stuff, like big fighter people and big hunter people and also just a bunch of other work. If big isn't big enough for you, maybe you should go check out Huge Flopper. You can see his work on DeviantArt and Twitter, and he offers commissions as well, so check it out. Thanks for watching, everyone. We will be back tomorrow with another video. You take care. Have a good one. Bye.